Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Like Steve Harvey says on Family Feud, boy, we got a good one for you today. Well, Steve means it when he says he has a good one for you, but when I say it, I'm being totally facetious. I bet you didn't know that facetious is the only word in the English language that uses all of the vowels in order. See, the Wolf Pit is a learning channel. That's your lesson of the day. So here's what we're trying today. Stony Fork Farm specialty meats, bourbon flavored boneless ribeye steaks, and their Montreal steak seasoned steaks. The bourbon flavored ribeye steaks weigh 16 ounces and are mechanically tenderized and contains 20% of an added solution of water, potassium lactate, fructose, hydrolyzed soy protein, salt, sodium phosphates, and flavor. So with 20% of water added, that means you're only getting 80% of edible product that you're paying for, and the other 20% is water. Now that sounds like a hell of a bargain. We're going to talk about the price of these in just a few minutes, and you might want to be sitting down for that part. Now back to the solution just for a minute. The last ingredient in the solution was flavor. What exactly is flavor? The way I look at it is flavor could be anything. It could be peanut butter and jelly. It could be buttermilk. It could be Limburger cheese. You could consider any of those things flavor, because they would add flavor to the steak, good or bad. So when these companies use the term flavor, or spice, or just common words that can mean anything, to me those are hiding places for when the manufacturer adds something to the meat that they don't want you to know they're adding. In this case, my guess would be transglutaminase, also known as meat glue. That's just my theory, and I'm in no way saying this company is using meat glue in their meats, but it wouldn't surprise me if they are. You be the judge later in the video, and let me know in the comments if you think this is a solid piece of meat or a bunch of different meat glued together. Then it says product color may vary due to added solution. That gives you something to ponder about. Here's all the goodies used to season the bourbon flavored steaks. There's 4 4-ounce servings per pack, but let's simply break it down to 2 8-ounce servings for a more realistic picture of what we're eating. Are there really people that only eat 4-ounce steaks? I'm pretty sure 4 ounces of steak is the recommended amount, but I'm pretty sure I take 4-ounce bites when I eat a steak. Now I feel like a glutton. Per 8-ounce steak, there's 280 calories, 10 grams of total fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 120 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,560 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of carbohydrates, no sugars, no fiber, and 42 grams of protein. Now let's compare those numbers to a fresh, unenhanced ribeye steak. Fresh ribeye has 590 calories compared to 280 in the enhanced steak. How can 2 identical steaks have such a variance in calories? Well, the 8-ounce Stony Creek Farm steak has 20% of water added to it, so you're not getting the true nutritional facts for an 8-ounce steak. You're getting the calories for an approximate 6.4-ounce steak and 1.6 ounces of added solution. Back to my theory again, the other reason the calories could vary could be because it's a variety of beef cuts, including leaner beef glued together. Again, just my theory. I don't know this for sure, and I definitely don't want to say anything disparaging about the company without knowing the facts. I don't want this company going all chef's requested on me and blame me that their food sucks, and they end up going out of business after my video posts. So please, I ask, you, the people, regardless of the outcome of this video, please don't go and attack this company on their social pages. I don't need that drama in my life. The Montreal steak seasoned ribeyes are also mechanically tenderized, contain 20% solution, and vary in color, and they weigh 16 ounces. Here's the seasoning ingredients. And again, there's natural flavor, but we don't have a clue what exactly natural flavor is. Per 8-ounce serving, there's 280 calories, 10 grams of total fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 110 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,560 milligrams of sodium, 4 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 42 grams of protein. Now I told you in the beginning, we discussed the price. So before we open these up and cook them, here's how much they're selling for on Stony Creek Farm's website. Are you sitting down? I warned you. Don't rub your eyes or put your glasses on. You're seeing it correctly. Each 16-ounce pack is $18.99, with $15.99 for shipping. for a total of $53.97. That's correct, $53.97. That's highway robbery. These steaks are $18.99 a pound, and 20% of the steaks is water. I can get 2 fresh 16-ounce unenhanced ribeyes and pay for 100% meat and not meat and water for $27.98 versus $53.97 for the Stony Creek Farm steaks. Hell, I can get 4 fresh 1-pound ribeyes for what they want for 2 pounds of enhanced ribeyes. I can't tell you people how mad this makes me. I was getting ready to go all White Castle on this company, but I held my composure. You can grill or broil these meat sponges, and I'm going to throw them on the grill. But first, with there being so much moisture added, we needed to get rid of some of that moisture by putting them on paper towels and blotting them as dry as possible. This way they don't steam and boil in the added water.
Alright, this is the bourbon.
That definitely looks like meat glue.
It looks like what?
Meat glue, like the meat's been glued together.
Oh, this one just fell apart.
Did it really? Alright, those were the what? Bourbon?
Bourbon.
Bourbon's on the right.
This one smells good.
Ew.
You don't think that smells good?
No. It smells like sulfur, like a fart.
I was just being honest.
That's the Montreal one. That one's hideous.
Is this real meat?
It's real meat. Pretty sure it's been glued together. Right, these are the bourbon, and these are Montreal.
Bella, go on.
Go on with your bad self. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're soft.
This meat is soft. Ugh.
It's very soft.
Oh.
The meat literally felt like the slime you played with when you were a kid.
What?
Nothing.
That's the story of my life. I'm always getting snapped at, and I don't even know what I did. So Lisa blotted them dry as best as she could. And now the grill's ready, so let's get them on the grill. I almost feel like I'm contaminating my Yoder. The directions said to cook until they reach 160 degrees. So since these are pretty thin, I'm going to let them cook at 400 degrees for 3 minutes per side. After 90 seconds, we're going to give them a quarter turn. You got to at least try to make your food look good, no matter how bad you think it's going to be. Then close the lid and let them go for another minute and a half. Now let them grill for 3 more minutes, and then we'll be ready to try our meat sponges. And lickety split, it's been 3 minutes. So these steaks have cooked for 6 minutes total. The steaks on the left are the bourbon flavored ribeyes, which they ended up with a better sear and color than the Montreal seasoned ribeyes did. I thought it would be just the opposite for some reason. So now it's time to give these ribeyes a try. We started off trying the bourbon flavored ribeye. Before I try this, I do have to say one thing. They smelled really good while they were cooking. Hopefully that carries over into the taste department. And right here, the steak didn't look too bad. It looked like a normal steak. So I closed my eyes, said a quick prayer, and then shoved it into my pie hole.
I thought it was really funny taste to it. I'm putting it out. Did you taste that?
I didn't really think it was that bad.
It was at that point that Lisa said she didn't think it tasted that bad. I questioned every time she's ever said my food was good. I'm not joking. The bite I took tasted rancid, and I went over to the trash can to spit it out so that Bella the Wonder Dog wouldn't eat it and get sick.
You don't taste that weird taste in it?
Could it just be the seasoning?
I thought it had a rancid flavor to it. It's very tender,
Yeah.
but other than the rancid flavor, it didn't have a lot of flavor. I'm telling you that there's something wrong with that. You liked it?
I mean, I didn't love it, but I also didn't think it was terrible.
You didn't taste the rancid flavor in it.
Mm-mm.
I'll try it one more time for the people. Rebel. Oh.
I couldn't bring myself to fully eat it and swallow it. I remember hearing a long time ago that a dog won't eat bad food. Bad isn't spoiled. I have no idea if that's true. It's probably not. So I reversed roles and let Bella eat it so I didn't have to.
And all the dog ate it. Had to take her to the vet later. That piece didn't taste as bad as the first one, but it doesn't have any flavor to it. I mean, the texture is pretty good, believe it or not. I mean, it's very moist, but when a freaking piece of meat's got 20% moisture added to it, that's what's going to happen.
I'm not sure what I was doing there, maybe trying to get the taste out of my mouth, but I sounded like Hannibal Lecter.
So this is the Montreal seasoned one.
That was so thin. That one's better. I can actually taste the Montreal seasoning in that.
The texture of it
It's a little tougher.
is like something you'd get out of like a can or something.
I thought it was a little bit tougher.
No. I think
Try,
it's-
trouble. Huh.
At this point, I'd had enough, and Bella wanted another bite, so I gave her another bite. She had no ill effects the next day, so I guess the meat was okay, it just tasted rancid.
I'm surprised. I thought I would like the Montreal one, but the bourbon one is actually better, both texture-wise. Well, texture-wise, the bourbon one is better.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise, the Montreal one is.
I'm not usually a big fan of Montreal seasoning. Thank God it had it on that. But I think the texture of the Montreal seasoning steak is tougher. A little tougher. You think it's mushy though?
There's something very odd about it. It doesn't taste like a steak.
Hello, Lisa. Yes, there was something very odd about all these steaks. Odd enough that I would never want to eat them again. Now, Bella, on the other hand, seemed to enjoy them. That's just our opinion on the steaks, and I'm going to say they're unrateable, due to the flavor, the amount of water added, the texture, and especially the price. But if you, the people, want to give them a try, pick up a couple packs and let me know what you think of them. But I did try to warn you, the people, so I could spend my money so you didn't have to. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your family and friends, and I'll see you soon.